here's my thing. So yeah, I'm not changing my shirt. Get over it. I don't know where the day went. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Then I looked down and it's at 11:56. I don't even know what the hell happened. Then I looked down. It was like 1:45. I'm like, what the hell? Then next thing I know, it's like, it's after 2, so forget it. The day's gone. I don't know what happened to me. This has been happening on Sundays, which is ridiculous because I'm usually home all day Sunday. And I think I'm going to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? I make something to eat for breakfast. Usually I watch church. I didn't even watch church because the time went and it was gone. It was gone off TV and I didn't even realize it was almost noon. And then I usually, you know, just try to do some things around the house, stuff like that. But look, my brain has been brain dead. I know my whole life's crumbling around me. I can't do shit about it because before anything else, my brain isn't freaking working. I woke up this morning exhausted. I slept hard. I was trying to wake up. And I slept hard. And then when I did wake up, I was so freaking tired. I'm like, you know what? To get something done, just get up and get out of the house. Like, don't make anything. Don't make tea. Don't do anything. Just take a couple zips of whatever's left over here and leave. That's why I went to the store early in the morning. You know, this time I didn't come home exhausted, but next thing I knew, the day was, I was aggravated by talking to that one person, dealing with that one person, but then the whole day was gone. Gone like that. You know, I watched a couple videos and stuff I meant to watch, but that should have taken me a little bit of time. But the time shouldn't have escaped me. You know? Like, I watched something for 20 minutes and 2 hours is gone. Like, you watch a 20-minute, how does that happen? You watch a 20-minute video and 2 hours is gone. You know, as a kid, I used to watch TV, right? I used to be able to tell how much time went by the commercials and by TV and stuff like that. It's like not possible anymore. Because you watch one thing and it's an hour long or whatever and 3 hours went by. I don't even understand. My brain is very, very much brain dead. It feels very, like, right, this whole piece feels heavy, like there's a piece of a bowling ball in here instead of an actual brain. Okay, so I'm talking like this. I'm gonna this is me leading up to, I guess, talking about the gymnastics. I don't know if it comes on at 7 or 8. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about whatever. This is me now talking. This is gonna be the same video. There's still floods in Belgium. There's rock sides in India, and the wildfires are out of control in the West again. Right? This isn't the end times. Why doesn't it end? I don't get it. Okay, so yeah, Jackie Mason died. He used to drive me crazy with the way he talked. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I was like, oh, that guy, he's nuts. 93. Yeah, so I'm just going to make a quick video then. And I really wasn't paying attention to the lyrics. I kept looking over at the swimming and stuff like that. What else? There was fencing, and I'm sitting there going, why didn't I take fencing? Why didn't I try fencing? I went to NYU, right? They had fencing there. Like, why didn't I try it? Why didn't I try to do anything? I just, you know, and the thing is, there's a lot of stuff. I'm not having money and stuff, and never having money, even though I was in a place and stuff like that. A lot of times, I felt like I didn't belong. Like I didn't have the right to do it or something. I didn't know I felt that, but I did. Like, so, I would stop myself from doing stuff. You know when you're way out of being like anybody you're around. You know what I mean? And high school is fair because anything you do in high school is paid for. Once you go to college and, you know, you need, you know, to buy books and you have to buy, you know, if you're going to do any kind of supplemental materials or you're going to have to pay to take a class or anything like that, that's when things start becoming, okay, wait a minute, I can't do this and I can't do that, you know? So, but, what else was I doing? Well, the sports were there. I've been watching reaction videos. There's a couple people. I watch these people stuff. I'm like, these are the kind of friends I would have had or should have had, but I didn't know people like that. You know, ever since, I don't know, not since I got out of college, but after I left New York, I mean, once I came back here, everything stopped. Everything stopped. And I'm sure if I had money and stuff like that, I would have been able to go, if I had a job and got money and stuff like that, I would have been able to go around. But once I stopped going forward and I came backward, I didn't meet like-minded people. That's why I became a person who was online all the time, talking to people online. That's how I survived, because in real life, I didn't know anybody like me. Not same personality, just talk the way I talk, interests that I have, you know, all my relatives and stuff, the relatives who are in my, what do I want to call it, my level, like cousins and stuff like that, all they were about was themselves and chasing after guys and not gossip nonsense. Well, the older people were way more about gossip, so, you know what I mean? And just what people who want to live here or resign themselves to live here or accept that they live here do, you know, they just get their job and their family and their kids or whatever, and that's all they care about. And when your thoughts and ideas are out there, either out there in the rest of the world or out there in space, or, you know, you want to talk about movies and stuff like that, like, okay, I had an uncle who liked movies a lot, but he didn't go to the movies. He only watched old movies. You know what I mean? So I could talk to that person about old movies, but I couldn't talk to them about new movies. Nobody I knew was about philosophizing. If you went to church, that's it. You didn't play around with that stuff. You didn't talk about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, and if I went, like I said, a couple times I volunteered, even talking to those people. Like, these are educated people to some degree, but I don't want to say they weren't as educated, but their minds were still just on day-to-day things. There weren't a lot of big thinkers, you know. So it was like, for all those years, to have any kind of conversation, I would be typing it. I would be typing to people who live God knows where in the rest of the world about movies or about subjects or about whatever on some message board and comment section and stuff like that. If I didn't do that, I would have just sat here and stared at the wall and talked to myself. Because talking to people around here is like, oh yeah, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. You know, I don't watch the Red Sox. You know, even if you try to talk about the Patriots or something, it'd be the most basic, stupid conversation. Sometimes I'll still be in the bus and I'll hear a conversation people are having, and I'll literally want to throw myself from the bus. Because I'm like, that happened like last time I was in the bus. I don't even remember what these people were talking about, but the conversation was so, like, it was a caveman's conversation, and I really wanted to throw them. And they weren't mentally challenged, you know what I mean? They just, it was the best they could do, even though, you know what I mean, that wasn't, they weren't limited, but they were. I don't know. Anyways, so this is where I'm at. They're talking about this kid, Yul Meldar, which is the best name and the best hair. I don't know, I didn't pay attention to gymnastics coming up to here. Olympians always used to be adopted. Like Greg Louganis and people like that, they were always adopted in the old days. Wow. Farm. It's from farm. Oh, he's short. He looked a lot bigger. Now he's standing next to a normal sized person. Gymnasts are always little. It's just figure skaters too. They're a lot smaller in real life. Okay, now I love this kid. He's their hype man. Yeah, he is. He's awesome. I want to know what his sign is. If he's not a Sagittarius, I'll be shocked off of my butt. I adopt all Sagittarians, not like they want to, you know, spiritually adopt them. With their younger people. Jason Brown was a good one. So, I'll check that out. But anyway, let me shut up now because... And I will come back when it's actual... Olympics. I'm trying to shut it with the remote.